In today's episode, all about catching a horse. I'll give some tips that I learnt along the way. So, before I do that, let's flash back to where I left off last episode. Alright. No, run. Don't duck. Oh my god, that didn't blow the door up. G'day, MrBuzZz here, and today's episode of Red Dead Redemption is maybe a little bit different. I'm going to be spending this episode sort of giving tips and hints about what I've learnt about catching a wild horse. So, in the previous episode, I had done a story mission, and it led me to this little area. I was searching around, and while I was looking, I sort of stumbled across a pack of horses. And I thought, you know what, it's about time that I traded in my crappy horse for a decent one. Or at least one that I can call my own. And I was looking at these horses, they all looked pretty good. I was pretty happy with the brown horse. And then I saw a black horse moving in the shadows. And I needed to get a closer look. If this is your first time watching my videos, I try to do a live commentary, and then when needed, and in videos like this with tips, I'll come back with a voiceover.
Okay.
And in this case, I'm also displaying what happens when you're trying to tame a horse. When you approach a horse, the calm button becomes available. Press. And you have to press that button before that little bar hits the bottom.
You're alright.
Blown it up, zoomed in on it so you can get a better idea of what actually happens with it. As you approach the horse, the calm button becomes available. You just gotta be careful not to spook the horse that you're trying to get close to. And as it becomes available, you press the button. That time it was pretty quick, and I will point out, when I was playing the game I didn't know that this was actually happening. It wasn't until a mate told me later that that's what happens. As you can see there, it became available, and I pressed the button. Now, the next lesson to be learnt is how to actually get on the horse. So I'll track this one down, and we'll get to that stage. Run all the way over there. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Smash like. I want this horse.
Hey there.
Can I stand up? So again, press the calm button before that little bar reaches the end, and that allows you to approach the horse again until the calm button becomes available, and you press it. And once the horse is comfortable with you, you can approach it and pat it. And then, using the triangle button, you can apparently mount the horse.
Stay calm. Okay now.
At the time, I didn't take note of the tooltip in the top right left-hand corner of the screen.
So that's key.
And if I had, I may have been able to get that one. So I'm finding maybe it's my old age, but when I'm trying to play the game, I find it hard to look at these tooltips that pop up in the left and right and bottom corners of the screens. But that's okay. Eventually I do coin on to what happens. Essentially, when you are on the horse, you have to direct the horse in the direction away from what it's trying to go. Otherwise it will buck you off. Oh, Bucky, eh? Oh, prancing. Prancing now.
Good.
I didn't want to take my chances this second time, so I decided to pat it a few more times before mounting it. Okay, can I get on your back now? You gonna back me up?
There we are.
There we go.
That's it. Nice.
Try again.
Oh, whoa now. Settle down. Easy there. Easy. Damn it. Whoa. Whoa. Oh, hell. Whew. Now, settle down.
Oh my god. Is it worth it? Checking stats, even in hindsight, I don't think it's the greatest horse. But what I was looking for was standard handling. So I didn't want, well, I wouldn't have minded a faster horse, but this one looked cool. My first one.
It's okay. That's right.
Third time's the charm. I have to wait for that thing to go bling. Already only build up relationships with horses.
There you go.
What else on this side?
Whoa, whoa, wait. Hey, wait, where you going?
Come on.
Oh, no, wait. Hey, stop.
So close. Where'd it go? I'll use my master tracking skill to find that horse. Coppers are gonna come and shoot me. I hope you're enjoying my playthrough of Red Dead Redemption 2 at the moment. I know I'm having a lot of fun playing the game, so I hope you're enjoying watching it. If you are, smash that like button.
Now you just calm down.
Look at the damn horse.
Just stay calm. Stay calm. Hey, there. All right. Easy. Easy there. Easy, easy. Easy, easy. Now,
Alright.
your friend.
So you're trying to do stuff and it's giving you instructions up in the top left of the screen. So, okay, I have to now look away from what I'm actually trying to do. Alright. I'm heading back home
Yeah, that's it, boy.
on my new horse.
You're okay, boy.
Now, where's my other horse over here?
There we go.
So,
Come on, boy.
follow.
Yeah.
Let's see, I want to go home. But I don't know which way that is. Oh.
Easy now. That's it.
Alright. Now I've got my horse. I'm going to try and find a stable, so hopefully you'll see me at the stable with my new horse in the next shot. Cool, I got it in cinematic mode after about 50 attempts. Oh, good God. Really?
I need attention! Please! Stop! Please stop! Oh, I beg you! Oh, I'm in bad sorts
Oh,
here. I
stop
took
moving.
a little jaunt and have managed to get myself hopelessly lost. I am staying in Strawberry. If you could just guide me back. Can't think of a good reason to say no. Oh, thank you, sir. Shall I hop up there on the back with you? Your legs work, don't they? Well, yes, I suppose. It's just a little demeaning.
Can I get him on the back or not?
What are you doing out here anyway? Clearly ain't your natural habitat.
It's because I'm not on my horse, right? Yeah.
I'm done with this. Find your own damn way.
Fucking hell.
What? No, you horrible man!
Yeah, well, I hope that hasn't pissed anything off. But anyway, I want this horse.
Hello, sir?
Alright. I got my horse and I'm taking it back to the stable. Hopefully. There was a tooltip telling me that I could equip my new horse with my saddle. So I thought, rather than going back to the stable, maybe I'd just head back to camp and try and attach my saddle onto my new horse. I did this, or at least I tried. So I did go back to camp. Turns out the horse that I have that's following me isn't really my horse, or at least it doesn't have my saddle. So the horse that has my saddle is in the stables, and it was kind of confusing, but you start off with a default horse, and I did a quest to try and hunt a bear, and during that quest I managed to get a horse given to me, and turns out it has a different saddle than my actual saddle, so that's why here you'll see me attempting to take the saddle off, and it's not an option, because that's not my saddle. So, after screwing around a bit, I ended up in the stables at Valentine, trying to name my horse. Are you fucking shitting me? I can't have Bucky. So,
Good name for a horse.
well, I don't know if it is.
I hear folks say this
A
town
horse
is
named
on the
Bucky.
spins, but I don't see it.
And a horse named Raven. Raven. There's a fucking football team called the fucking Baltimore fucking Ravens. What fucking world do we live in? Alright, I'm really struggling to name my horse. I tried to name it Bucky with a Y, and apparently that's a profanity. Raven, even though there's a football team called the Baltimore Ravens. Raven, you know, nevermore. It's a black horse. No, okay. I'm not allowed to have Raven either. That's a profanity, apparently. So I don't really want to call the horse or black horse or Blackie. Probably can't have Blackie. If it has a Y at the end, it's probably going to be not allowed. So I'm really going to have to sit here for probably half an hour, try a whole bunch of different names, and hopefully I get one that actually is pretty cool. I called the last horse Benny, and I think that's a really stupid name. So it accepts stupid names, but not cool names like Raven. I mean, Bucky is probably not a very good name, but it did buck me off a couple of times. So I thought, hey, Bucky, that's pretty funny. I'll have to call it Falling Off Horse or something. So I'll get back to you on that. Alright, I'm gonna try midnight. Because, you know, taking all night. Oh my god, it actually allowed it. Oh my god. Well, this is my new horse, Midnight. Let's see what else I can do with my $27. Not much.
That's a nice addition on a saddle.
That's what I've got, is it? rather those. Why do I have them? They're terrible. Okay. Horses don't have horns. Oh,
Adding on to a saddle helps personalize it.
I've since learnt that my stirrups are actually pretty bad, the ones that I swapped it to. So I will get around to changing those to good ones eventually. And you've seen possibly the first bit of my frustration while playing computer games. You're natural. I apologise for using profanities such as Bucky and Raven. And this one.
Nice bit of grooming. People take notice.
I had plats on the last one. Yeah, I kind of like it because it looks neater. Yeah, sprayed
It's
the
all
tail.
yours.
I'm pretty happy with my horse, even if it is named Midnight. Actually, kind of happy. May not sound it exactly, but yeah, I've done a few story quests, and when you return people back to the gang, there's parties, and I've missed a few of them. Alright, now I can probably head back to camp and catch up on the party that they were having. Yeah, so that looks a lot better. Like the first horse, you know, it's the default horse that you get, and the other one was a little horse that I bought doing a quest. This was my first wild horse catch. Pretty impressed. I like the way it looks.
There, boy.
Almost there.
Yeah, good boy. Who goes there? It's me, Arthur.
Alright. Finally, back at camp. I don't need to hitch that. I'm gonna run over here so the waypoint disappears. And yep, I missed the party. Damn. Well, they had a party because I got the guy away from the bounty hunters.
Mr. Morgan.
But I was too busy trying
Yes,
to
Miss Grimshaw.
Mr. Matthews gave me a message for you.
Yeah?
He said when it was convenient to head into Emerald Ranch. He's looking at a few business things there.
Okay.
Oh, he'll find something too. He always does. Will you be well now, Mr. Morgan?
Okay.
I'm always well, Miss Grimshaw. Everything okay, Miss Grimshaw?
Yes, finally about done cleaning up after that party.
Yeah, okay. As I was saying, I missed the party. Cause yeah, I was trying to get my horse together. Couldn't work out how to take the saddle off, and it turned out because I wasn't actually on my horse, I was on the
Good morning, Arthur.
other horse. I had to take that one to the stable, put it in, get out a horse. Now this one is my horse, and it has my saddle on it, so I'm happy. In fact, I'm here to save. So yeah, that might actually be it for this video. I'll quick shave if I can. Take that mow off again. I hope I've been able to share some tips and hints, as I've learnt some along the way. Alright, so I got my look, got my hat, I got my horse. I'm just going to work out what I'm doing next. So yeah, I'll see you in the next episode. This episode, yeah, was about trying to catch a wild horse. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, smash that like button. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Cheers.
Why did I drink that much?
See ya!